So those are some of the shark facts out there. And of course, something that's really close to my heart. I've been practicing it for more than 6 years, 7 years myself, when I found out how cruel the way they actually slaughter the sharks to get that shark's fin. So we have a shout out right now, of course, with this campaign that's happening. And it's a fantastic campaign. Recently, the world's largest shark conservation campaign launched I'm Finished with Fins, that pledge to go fin-free, which is really great. And they're working towards enlisting 100,000 Malaysians to also make this a personal pledge. And according to recent reports, Malaysia is the 8th largest shark catchment country and is ranked 4th for shark fin imports. Oh my goodness. And by pledging I'm Finished with Fins companies in Malaysia, this can actually reduce the overall demand by halting shark fin soup consumption. For campaigns update, including events and supporter activities, please visit the official campaign website, www.finishwithfins.org. That's right. So something that is really important, I think Malaysians, I mean all around the world, Malaysians especially, we have to stop doing this. Of course, if the killing stop, the buying does too. I mean, as cliche as it sounds, it's very, very true. So let's please welcome our wonderful guests who are here to tell us more about this campaign and how we can actually pledge. So let's welcome our very beautiful Chloe Chen, Celebrity Campaign Ambassador. And of course, we have John Benedict Liu, Regional Director, Asia Pacific of Shark Savers. And we have the lovely Michelle Ho, Country Leader and Volunteer of Shark Savers Malaysia. First of all, thank you so much for coming on to Bella and doing something so fantastic like this. I managed to see some of the campaign. I was in the cinema last night and I saw some of it as well. So fantastic, hats off, great job to you. It's all over Instagram as well. First of all, why save the sharks? I know why. I think it's important, but tell our ladies, tell our gentlemen, tell our young people out there, why is it so important to save the sharks? Especially when there's so many other endangered animals out there. But why save sharks? Okay. Maybe John or...
I'll do this. Sharks are very important to marine ecosystems. The way we want to think about sharks is that they hold the key to the well-being of a lot of other species.
That's right.
If we don't focus and take care of sharks, and if sharks go extinct tomorrow, we're going to have to create 100 other NGOs to take care of 100 problems that would arise because sharks are gone. Another key thing is that if we want to enjoy the variety and also supply of seafoods we currently enjoy, we're going to have to protect sharks as well.
I think that's so important, isn't it, at the end of the day? I think people they always watch the Jaws movies and the dung, 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 and people always think that sharks are vicious, but it's a vital role for our circle of life. Chloe, you're one of the, obviously, campaign ambassadors. What made you want to be part of this? Is it your passion as well? How long have you finished with fins before this?
The reason why I am really passionate about this campaign is because this pledge campaign was the reason why I stopped eating shark fin soup. Because previously I was eating as well, just like a lot of Chinese people out there.
Of course.
Yeah, so this campaign actually made me take that step to say, the definitive no. And I think that it's a powerful campaign. So I think that there are many people like me who can change their views and their opinions about it. So I really want to get the message out there and get more people to say no, like me.
Which is fantastic because one person is a ripple effect. You pass it on to your family. It started with my family as well. Me and my sister, we saw a documentary on it and we're like, no more. So it started with my sister. Then we spreaded it to our younger brothers and then our family. So when we sit at the Chinese table, if there's shark fins there, we're like, we're not. I mean, sometimes we're even like, how can this restaurant still serve that? How important is it for companies, Michelle, to actually be part of this as well, to not encourage it? It's not just, obviously, we as the consumer should say no, but how do companies be part of this as well?
Okay. Most of the consumption of shark fin soup is either for the wedding banquet or the corporates. So let's say if the corporates stop serving or entertaining their guests with shark fin soup, either internally or externally, and then also, for example, hotels and resorts stop serving shark fin soup, that is like half of the consumption demand gone. So that's why we're working on corporates pledge also. On, I think, last week, we had the corporate pledge event in Mid-Valley Mega Mall. About 57 corporates came to pledge with us.
Fabulous.
Yeah, and there are more coming in. So we are trying hard to get the numbers up.
That's fantastic. I think, and people watching today, please, I hope you support this fantastic campaign, Finish with Fins. Very clever.
Yes, come join us.
Yeah, it's fantastic because at the end of the day, like I said, I still get shocked when I see certain restaurants serve it because there's so many alternatives out there. You can actually cook the so-called, well, not shark's fins, but that soup where it tastes like, but minus the shark
Yeah,
fin.
it doesn't taste anything. It's tasteless. It's the soup that counts. I mean, it's chicken broth.
Exactly. And something else, like besides obviously it affecting the circle of life, obviously in our ocean, maybe you can enlighten our viewers out there, if they've not seen the documentary, how cruel is the way they actually slaughter the sharks? Because it's different if some people say you consume the whole shark, fine. They literally, maybe John, you'd like to explain a bit to our viewers how cruel.
So what's done in industry is that fishermen, they typically fin the sharks. So sharks are landed on the deck of boats and the fins are cut off. And the reason why they do this is because there's a huge disparity between the value of the fins and the carcass of the shark. Shark meat doesn't taste good and only the fins are valuable. And so this happens and this persists simply because there's demand for that.
Yeah, and that's why we need to make a change.
Yes.
Chloe, maybe before we go off, is there anything else you'd like to say to our ladies and our gentlemen out there, or something you'd like to pledge as well?
Yeah, sure. I'd like to welcome everybody. Please, take the pledge. Make that decision to say no to shark fin soup. It's become a status symbol, but it's really not a symbol of status. It should be a symbol of not being educated, informed, about how dangerous this is for our environment.
That's
so
right.
I think together, if we all, pledge together to say no, then more and more people will be against this, and it'll become taboo. It'll become not socially acceptable to.
Correct. It's
eat
like,
shark
how
fin
can
soup.
you do that? It's like
Abusing
it's like, how could you?
It's like an
It's like
outdated
abusing
thing.
someone.
Yeah.
How can you do that?
Yeah.
John, maybe you would like to say something as well?
Oh yes, so we have sounded the call for 100,000 Malaysians to take the pledge. We're well underway. Over the last 12 days at Mid-Valley, we've secured 15,000 already.
Fabulous.
Other partners are bringing in, I think, about 50,000 more. So we want to hit 100,000 and we need your help to get there.
I think Malaysia, we can do it, right?
Oh, sure.
Yes,
Michelle?
we can.
Absolutely.
Okay, to me, it's responsible consumption. You don't need to love sharks in order to support this, but for ecology, healthy ecosystem, you have to save sharks. You
Save
have
sharks,
to stop
that's right.
eating shark fin soup. Yeah. Responsible
Fabulous. Thank you
consumption.
so much. Definitely going to make a pledge as well. Thank you so
right.
much for coming on and being ambassadors for this worthy campaign and cause. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I hope you took something from our show today. Obviously, we had strong police women on the show and, of course, a fantastic campaign, Finish with Fins. Make your pledge today and be part of that 100,000 people, of course, Finish with Fins. Well, do catch us tomorrow on Bella Mars.